Hello everyone, this is Tan here and welcome to my 4th episode of the Assault Rifle Diamond Camo series of Black Ops 2. And in this episode I'll be using the FAL Hybrid Optic and FMJ. And I was mentioned in my Type 25 video that I was gonna use the ACOG sight, but I decided not to and use the Hybrid Optic instead. There's a reason behind it, or not because I don't like the ACOG. The ACOG is good too, and when using the Hybrid Optic I also get the ACOG portion for the high magnification scope, or the lower part of the scope, and of course I have the reflex sight on top. So the FAL is a semi-auto weapon, and it's the weapon that I don't use it a lot, let's say, and it was the last weapon that I have with gold for assault rifles, and to be honest, I use the SMR more than this thing though. But the FAL, it is really good somewhat at for close to mid-range. At long range you need 3 shots to kill. With light recoil, it's not that terrible. Just make sure you don't fire this thing too fast, otherwise the recoil will drift off target. At close range, just simply, tap your finger fast enough that you'll be able to kill somebody. You need only 2 shots though, so it is not bad. Your fire cap without the select fire full auto is 625 rounds per minute. Now with the select fire, your rate of fire will decrease when you're using the full auto mode, and it will decrease range and increase recoil. But at close to mid-range is not a bad option. But if you want to tackle the long-range enemy, you can always switch back, but people are just lazy. Then they don't switch between the fire modes because, well, people are just lazy. I mean, it's right at the controller. If you want to switch fire mode to get the higher range and a lower recoil, go ahead. The select fire is not a bad option, but I rarely use it though, because I found that my finger is fast enough to use the FAL without the need of select fire, so I can use more helpful attachments on the FAL. So what's the FAL really all about is aggressive playstyle rather than the traditional marksman, LMG, slow, snail pace, like, or the SMR I should say. The FAL suits more aggressive style, giving the fact that it has a faster fire cap and high damage too as well, and light recoil and quick reload time. You have lots of good characteristics with it. But to compare with the SMR, the range of the FAL is lower, and the 2-shot kill really it's not that long like the SMR. At close to mid-range you need 2 shots. At long range you need 3 shots, and I don't think there's any headshot multiplier. If you at close range you need 2, at long range you always need 3, even 1 is a headshot. So it's not like SMR where at long range you may need just only 2 shots to kill somebody. The SMR has crazy high damage though and range, but the SMR has high recoil while the FL has low recoil and higher fire cap too as well, so makes it ideal for aggressive style if you want to. And yeah, I think this rifle is best at this role though, but not what I mean at close range, but not like so close with like the shotguns or SMG pace or anything, but as a support weapon at close to mid-range I should say. Now for the attachment, since the FAL is really effective when aiming down the sights, any sorts of optical attachments are useful, ranging from reflex to, let's see, the EOTech, and even the hybrid optics are useful. And I would not recommend the ACOG on this weapon, but you can use it and it's fine too, the ACOG. But this weapon is better off when used at close to mid-range. The ACOG is designed for long-range engagements. But just in case you cannot decide between these two, then you can use the hybrid optic as I'm using right now. Gives you 2 options, and then it is really versatile overall. And I'm not entirely sure about the center speed increase for the high magnification scope. Although the aim time and the recoil is unaffected somewhat, I'm not sure about the increased accuracy when you're using the high magnification scope. But the FL's recoil is really heavily rely on your finger. if you fire the weapon too fast, then the recoil will be present. Just keep your pace. Depends on how far you trying to take down the enemy. If the enemy is at close range, go ahead and just tap your finger really fast. At long range, you might want to pause for a brief moment until the sight settles and fire another shot again to make it more accurate. So, and it's really simple, but people still, fire the weapon too fast sometimes. You need to slow down a little bit at long range, and that's why I recommend you guys to use this gun at close to mid-range as a support weapon. The hybrid optic is good, the reflex is not bad, the MMS is good too as well, and the FAL has high penetration, and coupled with high damage, you will be able to take out the enemy who stands behind cover, or camping I should say, or whatever. Anyway, let's see, other than the optical attachments, and the second attachment, let's see, the adjustable stock seems to be useful on the FAL. If you watch the Xbox Ahoy's video, his recommendation of having the adjustable stock with the reflex sight is a good idea too as well, to keep your sights up almost all the time, and you don't need quick draw handle or dexterity perk to and you can save those points for just the adjustable stock to keep your sights up almost all the time. And while you have your sights up, the next thing that you need to do is to fire the weapon, and that's all you need to do. And really, hipfire from the FL is not like the best idea, given the fact that it has a lower hipfire accuracy than that of other assault rifles. Along with the SMR, it's not reliable too as well, because it's a semi-auto. It's not like fully automatic where you can spray to the enemy and hope for the best. But still, just in case of emergency, you can still fire really fast at close range, hip firing with the FAL, and just hope that only 2 bullets will hit the guy. But you better off aiming with this weapon, because it's all about accuracy. And let's see, if you want to use this weapon for a more patient style like I'm using right now with the FMJ, then yeah, the FMJ is another good choice too for this weapon. Sadly, you cannot pair the FMJ with the MMS, but it is still really it is one of the interesting attachments that I like to use on the FL when I'm bored of using up other attachments. When I don't want to go way too aggressive, I just simply use the FMJ. And let me tell you that the FMJ does not increase damage, and people just keeps like having this myth in their head, and oh my god, FMJ does not increase damage, but it will help you really a lot when you're trying to tackle the enemies behind the thin material. Let's say for example the FL without the FMJ behind the wall, you might need 3 or 4 shots to kill the guy, something like that. I don't really know about the damage profile after it has been penetrated though, but it's just examples. Now with the FMJ you may just need only 2 shots. So what FMJ does is simply decrease the shots that you need to take when you try to kill someone behind the wall, and the numbers of shots may vary, depends on the angle of where you're firing at. I mean, when you hit the material and the type of materials, like thickness, like sheet metal, walls, or something like that. So, but the FMJ will still helps, and it is really beneficial on high damage weapons like the FAL 55 to 33, I believe, no 40, whatever. But it is high. The number is high. So FMJ is one of the good attachment. Although you lack the full auto capabilities without a select fire, you still can fire a lot of bullets with fast fire cap. It's not an issue at all. And the FMJ, it is really helpful when you want to tackle the enemy score streak with your own weapon. And I'm gonna do it right now. As you can see here, there's a counter UAV blocking the orbital reset. So here's what I did though. I just simply pound lots of bullets onto that plane, and it takes about like 20 bullets or so to take down the counter spy plane, or counter UAV, sorry. And with the FMJ, it is relatively fast. FMJ will increase damage against the score streak. So if you pair the FMJ a light machine gun or even like high damage assault rifles, then it if you see any things in the sky, why not just shoot it down and get like 175 points? Like when you destroy the VTOL, or 75 points in UAV, and count towards your score that can, earns your next score streaks faster. And it's just a bonus or plus for using the FMJ, because the FMJ, it is really overlooked somewhat, and not a lot of people use it though. But I use it too, when I'm bored. I don't use it a lot, and I'm not even sure if I want to use the FMJ again or not. Maybe I'll do it on the SCAR video along with the target finder. Yeah, target finder again. But as I promised, I'm going to use all the attachments for for my series. So alright, that's all for now. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys later in the M27 video. Goodbye.